Hello and welcome to Sakura Isekai Adventure 3. I'm your host, Lynx, and I guess we are on the way to finishing this route. Because usually there are two in Isekai Adventure, so we'll check both. Anyway, as soon as it transpires, Luna's cheeriness might have been a tad overblown. I'm not sure whether I'd call the meal I have in Fiona's Citadel that evening fun, not when Fiore and Mina keep gloating at one another from over the soup tureen. The food itself is good. It really is a lot better than the berries were foraging out in the wild. But the atmosphere is uncomfortable. Luna does her best to make conversation, but Mina and Fiore don't want to play along. They shoot thinly veiled insults at one another for over an hour. To such an extent it puts me off my pheasant. I can't help but worry that they'll forget about their decidedly half-hearted attempts to be civil, and they'll start shooting spells at one another. I feel like it's all Mina's fault though. Scarlet, however, doesn't seem to notice any of this. She's always marched to the beat of her own drum, so much so she's completely oblivious to the potential chaos that's unfolding before her very nose. She makes loud smacking noises as she eats. Oh no. Dude, that is one of the things I can't stand. And showers both Fiore and Lilia with compliments as she tears her way through the food. The tomato and garlic soup was delicious! Okay. Points for her, tomato soups are delicious. And the bread served with it, oh, I could die! The crust is so thick, but the inside is so soft and fluffy! Yeah. Like fresh bread. Like real bread, not like the supermarket bread, which is frozen and so on. It might just be the best bread I've ever had. And that's before I get started on the pheasants. It must be hunted only a few hours ago. It's so fresh and juicy. I've had enough pheasant dishes before, but I've never had one full of so much flavor. There is no way a regular jug could make something like this. It's devilishly good. I see what you've done there. It has to be the work of a black magic. That's what Scarlet says, at least as she tears meat from bone and chomps through her own way in boiled potatoes. Once again a game tries to make me hungry, and you bet it works. I'm not too hungry myself. Lies. Largely because of the bad vibes around the dinner table, I cannot bring myself to pick at my food, which feels like a bit of a waste. Really? You're like that? I feel like I'm the other way around. Because, well, honestly, family dinner. I mean, sure, I will attend, but it's never fun. So I basically turn all my attention to food. Yeah. The dessert really is delicious though. Lilia brings us individual cheesecakes. Fun, not fun info. I used to really not like cheesecakes, but it changed. The top part of a refreshing zesty lemon. Oh, did you say zesty? No way. The base buttery without being too rich. The cheesecake is good enough, it even stops Mina and Fiore from glaring at one another. If only for a minute or two. With the food eaten, Fiore asks her maids to escort the three of us, Mina, Scarlet, and I, to our rooms. I'm curious about the other maids. We rise obediently and ascend the grand stairs, where we are led by our own individual serving girls to our luxurious chambers. Nice. My bedroom, to my surprise, is incredibly vast for a mere guest room. The carpet is thick and plush, and the bed is large enough to accommodate 4 of me. Maybe 5 if I wasn't so stuffed from eating that cheesecake. You don't look stuffed, not gonna lie. Fiore's maid asks me if I need anything, and when I reply in the negative, she curtsies and says,
Very well, madame. I'll leave you for the night then. If you require anything, however, don't hesitate to ring that bell. I'll come for you in a moment. No ask is too small. As a guest of me ladies, I'll do all I can do to make you comfortable.
The maid gives me another curtsy, then departs, leaving me to my own devices. Not gonna lie, I kinda would like to start Sakura MMO now. To see if this is the same castle. It's nice to have some time alone, I guess, but my room feels a little too empty. It's so large, there's something oddly oppressive about it. It's hard not to feel lost. You could fit my humble apartment in Tokyo into this room 2 times, and you'd still have some space left over. I would like that. I would like that. Is this how all rich people live? Yeah. They also are still scamming the poor people. Constantly. I guess I'm just not cultured enough for it. Nah. You can say that. I collapsed into my bed for want of anything else to do. So tired and overwhelmed by the day's events, I can feel my eyelids beginning to drop.
Excuse me, Miss Aki, but are you in there? There is something I want to discuss with you. If it would not be too much of an imposition.
I don't know who that is.
Oh.
I stop and glance towards the door. I feel like I recognize the voice, though I haven't had the opportunity to hear it too many times. Is that
Lilia? Oh, okay. Yes, indeed, it is I. I hope you don't mind, but may I come in? Oh, of course, feel free to. Thank you very much.
The door opens with a click, then a creak, and Lilia steps inside. Whoa, wait. Have we found new object of interest? She looks rather neat and put together, as always seems to be the case with her. Her hair smooth and her maid's dress devoid of any wrinkles. I mean... yeah. Lilia approaches me as I'm sitting on the side of the bed, but she doesn't take a seat next to me. Maybe she thinks that'd be inappropriate, and who knows, maybe it would be. She's a maid, after all, and I'm a guest. Does that make me her social superior? I'm not sure, I don't really understand how this works. But I feel a little too uneasy to invite Lilia to sit beside me, and in any case, it doesn't seem like she intends to. Lilia clasps her hands together at the front, her fingers interlocked, then bows.
I do not wish to bother you for too long, Miss Aki, so I'll try to be brief. I came here to engage in a lengthy dialogue with you. Oh, I came here not to engage in a lengthy dialogue with you, which I doubt you would want, but I apologize.
Apologize for what?
For putting you through so much hardship, of course. It is because of my scheming that you and your friends came to this citadel, and it is because of me that you found yourselves in such a dire circumstances. Had Luna not spoken up on your behalf, milady would surely have caused you harm. And it would have been my fault too. I led you to believe something which was not true, and I put your lives in danger into the bargain. I cannot apologize for sincerely for all that I did. My actions were inexcusable, and I really am sorry.
Oh, I look at the top of Lilia's pink head, feeling more than a little put out. I guess I should have known when she showed up here that she'd want to apologize, but this seems like a little too much. She sounds so worked up, I can't help but feel guilty, almost like I'm the one who's in the wrong here. It's a bit of a weird feeling, actually.
Oh no, I'm quite alright. It's quite alright. I don't mind. Are you sure? Do you not hold what I did against you?
Well, I am a bit annoyed. I was, but you're cute, so I forgive you. I understand why you did what you did, kind of.
Well, I can't say I enjoy being duped. But I understand why you did what you did. Well, we all do crazy things when we care about people. And you did help us in the long run. I know that Mina cares about Luna a lot. She'd never be prepared to just leave her here. Not without proof that Luna really is alright. We had to come here to see things for ourselves. And if you hadn't helped us, we never would have been able to infiltrate Fiore's citadel. You were very useful, actually. So I don't think you need to be too hard on yourself. I appreciate everything you did for us, and I'm glad that I had a chance to meet you. You are glad? Yeah. Oh, that is strange. I do not understand. I caused you so many problems. I was sure you would despise me. Well, I don't. I could never despise you, not when you acted out of love. There was no malice behind anything you did, Lilia. I might not know you very well, but I know you love Fiore a lot. And I think that's a pretty special thing, actually. Do you really?
I know, and Lilia's frown deepens.
But I'm a demon! I thought your kind could not stand demons! I mean, maybe some people mistrust demons, but I don't have an issue with you. You're not so different from the rest of us. And even if you don't know some dark magic, I think everybody deserves a chance to be loved. You being a demon doesn't preclude you from being able to find happiness with the person you love.
Also, technically, a kiss, not from here.
And neither should it matter that you made a few mistakes. I'm sure Fiore and Luna have forgiven you already, so have I. Now you just need to forgive yourself. Oh, Aki! I did not think about it quite like that, but...
Lilia sniffles, moisture beginning to bed in her eyes. Then softly she smiles, her hands still clasped demurely at her front.
You may be right. Thank you, Aki, for being so very reassuring. I am unsure whether I wholly deserve your kind words, but you have made me think that perhaps I'm not irredeemable after all. I thought I should leave this place to spare me later the hurt of having to look at a hapless mate who caused her so much suffering. But maybe I was being hasty. You were definitely being hasty. I don't know Fiore too well, but she seems to like you a lot. I'm sure she'd be distraught if you left without saying anything. I do not know if distraught is quite the right word, but I imagine she would be rather upset, yeah. I do not wish to cause any further problems. So rather than running away, I'll try and speak to Millie about my feelings like a proper adult. I'm through with hiding my true emotions and skulking about in the shadows. Just this once.
Lilia rests one hand on her chest, above her heart, and says,
I want to try and be happy too. After speaking to you, I think that even I deserve that much, no matter how awkward and clumsy woman I might be.
Go for it, girl. In my eyes, you are able to win with Luna, to be honest. I finished speaking to Lilia, who looks a little more cheered after I've shared a few consoling words with her, then settled in to spend the rest of the night relaxing. I curl up on the large plush bed with a book, which I select from one of the oaken shelves which line the walls of that vast chamber. The book looks to be some romance novel based on the cover, which is kind of surprising. I wouldn't expect it, a fearsome demon queen like Fiore to have a bunch of romance novels in her possession, but maybe that's an unfair assumption. Yeah? After seeing how she interacted with Luna, I know she's quite the romantic at heart. I have a mental image of Fiore curled up much like I am, tumbling the pages of these sappy romance stories while blushing and giggling to herself. It's kind of cute. For if Fiore knew what I was thinking, I'm afraid she'd be incredibly offended. So basically she's Caesar. Zenless Zone Zero, right? Don't you think? She'd probably strike me down with a powerful blast of magical energy for my insolence. But what Fiore doesn't know can't hurt her, I guess. I've not made much progress in my pilfered book, however, when I hear a rap of knuckles on the door. I set the book aside. It was pretty slow moving anyway, then look at the door. I recognize the measured sound of the knocking. If it was Scarlet on the other side of the door, she'd be hammering him down with her fists. That must mean that my late night visitor is instead...
Mina. Yes, that is right.
I hear Mina's voice drift from the opposite side of the wood, shy and self-conscious. She sounds a bit perturbed. I wonder if she's alright.
I know it is late, and I apologize for being a burden upon you during such an hour. But if you are not too worried, would you mind letting me impose upon you for a brief while? There is something I want to discuss, but it is quite a sensitive issue. I don't think I can discuss it from the other side of the door.
Oh, Mina sounds so unsure of herself, I can't help but smile. I would say this sort of display coming from Mina is awfully unusual. But that wouldn't actually be true. I've known her for long enough to understand that a serious, hyper-competent face she wears is a facade. Deep down, she's actually quite an awkward, anxious person. She worries a lot about what other people think of her. And at the present, she seems to be worrying about what I think of her specifically. I don't like to think of Mina dithering, uneasy and anxious, so I let her enter without any further thought.
Of course you can come in. That's just fine by me. I don't mind it at all.
I dress Mina with a smile as I slide my cape back on. She doesn't like it when I'm too slovenly, while Mina exhales in relief. Wait, was the cape off earlier?
Oh, Haki, thank you so much. You really are kind.
I mean, not really. I'm just letting you talk to me. It's not like I'm granting you any great honor.
Now are you going to come inside? Oh yeah, right away, of course.
I still can't see Mina's face, not yet at least, but I can hear the blush implicit in her stammering response as the handle twists. Why is she so... anxious about entering the room? The door swings inwards. Ooh. That's not the correct way for the doors to be. Oh. Now that I think about it, the door to my bedroom also is technically bedroom slash office slash who knows what else. Living room also swings inside. Uh-oh. Well, at least the entrance door it does not, go inside. Anyway. Then, Mina enters my luxurious chamber. Her fingers curled at the front and her eyes directed downwards. It looks like she's having a hard time meeting my gaze. I wonder why. I don't want to push Mina, but I doubt she'll say anything if I don't give her a bit of a prod. I should say something.
Hey Mina, are you alright? Well...
Mina swallows. She coils her slender fingers together at her front. Her expression taut and tight, her brow furrowed. She seems to be waving up her words, her green-eyed gaze decidedly dolorous. After a pause which drags on just long enough to be awkward, she says,
Of course I'm not alright. How can I be alright when things have worked out the way that they have? That would be most callous of me and cold too. I do not want to think that I'm quite that thoughtless. I beg your pardon?
I blink and Mina nonplussed.
What's the matter? Nothing is the matter with me, but I feel something should be the matter with you! Why? Do you know something that I don't? No! We both have access to the same amount of information, and with this information you really ought to hate me! What?
Well, I'm still not getting any closer to figuring out how Mina feels. I have no earthly clue. I feel pretty lost, but I get the distinct feeling that whatever Mina wants to tell me will probably take some time. Maybe I should get us both sat down to spare us from having a big emotional talk while we're both standing awkwardly. Maybe you also call the maid to bring you some beverage, hot beverage or something. I think our legs will thank us for it later. Yeah?
I don't know what you mean. But do you want to sit down? That might make you feel better.
Probably will not, but...
I'm unsure whether anything could improve my mood right now. But right, that does sound like a sensible suggestion. Thank you, Aki. When you speak like that, you almost remind me of Luna.
Yeah.
Did Luna often caution you to take care of yourself? Oh, all the time. You heard how she spoke to me earlier. She was always worrying about me. I thought it was quite sweet of her. But now I realize that I should have been worrying about her instead. I have no idea how I could have been so thoughtless. I really was selfish. I claimed I was her closest friend, but I was completely impervious to her suffering.
By the way, my voice is still not in the best condition.
I was such a fool.
Mina castigates herself as she takes a seat up on my bed. The mattress sinking beneath her wave. I join her, my thighs brushing against hers. Then look at her curiously.
Is that why you're upset? Are you worrying about how you treated Luna? In part, yes. But I feel I owe you an apology too, Aki. But why? Is it not apparent? I summoned you into this world so that you could help me defeat the Demon Queen, Aki. I threw your life into complete and utter misery, with nary any regard for how you might have felt about the whole affair. I forced you into an uncomfortable, potentially unpleasant situation, and for what? So I could learn that Luna never needed rescuing, that she was happier with Fiore than she had been with me. If only I had showed Luna some of the consideration that she showed me, I would have been aware of this fact already. I would have known already how unhappy she was living in the temple. And never would have dragged you or Scarlet into my mess. I did not know, for I never did try to know Luna. I said that she was my friend, and she was, but I always held her at arm's length. In actuality, I regarded her as the priestess. I thought that she was above me, too important for us to be the true equals. We never had an emotional heart-to-heart, so I was never able to understand her. It was my selfishness, in part, which left Luna feeling so isolated. And as if that was not enough, I even isolated you!
Well?
I messed up your life, and for what cause? You have no reason to be here whatsoever. I can hardly believe I made such a hash out of everything. I pride myself on being calm and rational. But I now fear that it's a lie I tell myself to bolster my own pitiful ego. In actuality, I'm incredibly hot-headed.
That's me as well, to be honest. I might be acting all calm, well-mannered, blah blah blah, but deep down, dude, hot-headed, yeah.
Anyway, I think that I know the best, and I make a lot of rash decisions which help nobody. I would not be at all surprised, after all of this, if you want nothing to do with me again. You should scold me. You should castigate me. It is only what I deserve for being so presumptuous.
Are you like a masochist?
Mina.
I look at Mina, concerned for her welfare, as tears began to bed in her eyes. I can't let her crown her own, not in good conscience. Comfort Mina when she needs it most. Achievement unlocked. This might be the first achievement today, yeah. Dude, we're still 4 achievements away. Okay. I think one of them I mean, one achievement I think I know that we kind of skipped. I think it was dependable on the choice. I'm surprised that it's what we got now is more rare than 2 other ones. But whatever. They look good. They look good. I'm still claiming that Aki is the best looking character. But Mina might be coming in. Oh, I don't know now actually. Second or third? It's not gonna lie, that demon queen, she's absolutely attractive. Anyway, so feeling more than a little concerned, I lean in. Then I pull Mina to me in a hug. Yeah?
Huggy!
Mina jumps, a blush enveloping her cheeks, and looks at me with her glassy eyes. Her lips pursed, almost as if inviting for a kiss.
Mmm. Whoa, what are you doing? Isn't it obvious?
I smiled her as I raised a hand against her hip bone. My fingers played protectively.
I'm trying to console you. Well, I did get that feeling, yes, but why are you going out of your way for my sake like that? Why do you put the effort? You could not stand me. Where did you get that idea from? You thought wrong. But that's just like you, Mina. What do you mean? You might be smart, but you have a habit of guessing how other people feel. You're always leaping to conclusions when getting yourself worked up. Understand why you might be feeling guilty, but I don't regret that you summoned me to Anthem. Not one bit. Is that really true? It is.
I nod, still smiling, gripping Mina just a touch more firmly than before.
I was startled. I'll admit, when I first came to this world, I didn't know anything or anybody, and it was so unlike everything I was used to. It unnerved me. I felt incredibly out of place, so much so I worried that I would never fit in. Getting acclimatized to this brand new world was no easy feat. But it's because I came here, because you summoned me here, that I was able to have such an incredible adventure. I've met all sorts of wonderful people, like Scarlet, Dulce, Taiga.
I thought you said wonderful people.
Even Fiore was nice, and so was Lilia, though she was a bit mixed up. I like being able to talk to Luna, and I love talking to you. You do? Of course. Shouldn't that go without saying? In my world, everybody dreams of being able to talk to cat people.
Hell yeah. Fox people, but by that I mean like Tamamo, of course. Tamamo is my fox girl, okay? But yeah, she's right about that in a way. But by that I mean like cat fox people like here, or in my case, fox girl like Tamamo. So not like fully being transformed into an animal character. No, that's not what I mean. I mean basically human with the fox ears and with a fox tail, and that's all. Alright? No going further with any parts. That's how it's meant to be. When do we get genetically engineered fox girls and cat girls? And probably never, huh?
In my world, everybody dreams about being able to talk to cat people, especially when they are as cute as you are. I'm sure Ishigaki in my office will be really jealous of me right now.
Ishigaki. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Ishigaki the protagonist of Sakura MMO?
Is she?
Mina blinks, her brow furrowing. Then she frowns.
I'm sorry, who? Ishigaki from accounting.
No, it's not her. Never mind what I just said, by the way.
I work with him a lot, but he doesn't matter. I've not thought about him in ages, and I'll be glad if I never have to think of him again.
Yeah?
I think you were not close friends with this man then. Not at all. He was always telling me I should smile more. He was a creep, if I'm being honest. I couldn't stand him, not like you. I enjoy being with you. And I've enjoyed being in Anthem too. I can't resent you for that. In fact, it's actually the opposite. I feel like I should be thanking you instead. You wish to thank me? Yeah, that's right. Is that really so hard to believe? I know you like to think that you're all-seeing and all-knowing, and you can tell how other people feel. but I don't think you understand my true feelings at all. You apologize about summoning me here, but you haven't asked me how I feel about Anthem. You have no idea whether I like it or not here. Well...
Mina sniffs, wiping her green eyes with the back of her arm. Then looks at me quizzically.
I thought that it did not matter. No matter how much you might have come to like this world, it is still not your world. I cannot imagine anybody being alright with being whisked away from all they know to somewhere so unfamiliar, especially over a trifling matter which turned out not to have been an issue at all.
I think I would not complain. Unless it would be a terrible world, then yeah, but... over here? I would have no issue. Listen, as long as it's the cute woman summoning me, it's good.
Are you not upset? Not in the slightest. But... Mina...
I take Mina's hand in my own, then give her... oh, the hands, okay. Give them a squeeze, hoping as I do to console her. I want her to stop shaking. I don't want Mina to keep beating herself up. She's been subjected to enough unease and anxiety today, without making herself even worse.
I'm not as upset with what you did. It took me a while to get used to life in Anthem, sure. But now, I've grown accustomed to this world. I don't think I want to go back. Are you sure?
I shake my head.
My old world had nothing to offer me. I had no friends, and I didn't have any real hobbies. I spent most of my time in the office working.
Ugh.
And when I was working, I was drinking caffeine so I could try and get through the day. I was bored and I was unhappy, and my parents weren't any help. I hardly ever talked to them. And when I did, my mother just kept nagging at me to get married and have kids.
Ugh. Yeah, that part... it no longer exists in my family topics. I mean, I don't necessarily want to get married, so that's the thing. And I can't say I want kids. I can't say I would like to have kids in general. Dude, come on. In this economy? No. I know. Maybe if, for some reason my YouTube suddenly jumps to like crazy numbers, I would change my approach. Because I would feel the safety, but... you know, the way the life is, no, not a chance.
She told me if I had a husband to look after me, I wouldn't need to worry about working anymore.
What? I pull a face.
But I don't want a husband. I've never wanted a husband.
Same! Obvious.
I'd far rather spend my time with a cute girl.
Hell yeah. But... let's not have kids.
Sorry, woman like you. Do you mean that? Yeah, I do. I've been much happier since I moved to Anthem, so you don't need to cry. Please, dry your tears.
I lean in, then brush a few stray tears from Mina's lower eyelashes, scattering them like pearls.
I'm glad that you've been thinking about me, but I'm not glad that I've been making you cry so much. I don't want to see you so sad. Not over me. I don't think I'm worth it. I think you are, for. When I thought that I might have turned you against me because of my incompetency, I was so scared. Yeah, I can tell you're shaking. But you don't need to be scared around me. I assure you, I'm quite content. But what about you, Mina? What about me? I'm glad that you care about me so much, but I'm worried you might be suppressing your own feelings.
Oh?
Aren't you upset too, after everything that's happened between you and Luna?
Mina pouts, some of her usual fire returning, her cheeks puffing out in such a way I can't help but smile.
I can't help but feel like you're changing the subject. But yes, I'm upset that Luna does not want to come with me. But I think deep down, part of me already knew that she would not want to. I just did not want to admit that.
What? Really? I frowned.
You were so determined to rescue her, for didn't you think that she was in danger? I did, yeah. I was terrified when I learned that she had been kidnapped, and I castigated myself for doing a poor job at protecting her. I was beside myself with worry and with anger, not just as at the captor, but at my own incompetence. For quite some time, I was insensible. But I think part of me always knew that she was not happy living with the temple. I could tell that she wanted more out of life, for she never expressed it. She did not want to worry me, as she said. She was trying so hard to be considerate.
Mina smiles, for it is without any genuine joy. It is sad. Forlorn sort of smile which does not brighten her eyes.
But I think in the end she tried a little bit too hard. She was so determined to prove to me that she was right. Her smile began to seem rather forced.
Naruhodo.
I did wonder from time to time whether she was putting on an act for my sake to console me. For I told myself I was being unduly paranoid. Surely I thought if anything really was amiss, she would tell me. This is what I wanted to believe, but I think I was being naive. I believed only what I wanted to believe, because it made my own life easier. I thought that I was protecting her, but now I know I was doing nothing but maintaining the status quo.
Seems like it.
It was not my decision to keep her inside the temple, but I kept her trapped regardless. I was an instrument which caused her pain and which sapped the joy out of her life. I made Luna suffer, there is no arguing that. I'm sure she would try to tell me otherwise, to spare my feelings, but she would only be doing so out of kindness. I caused her pain, but she has fled the temple now. It is not possible to maintain the status quo inevitably. The world changes, as do the people who dwell within it. The world has altered since Luna escaped, and I think I have altered too.
Good.
I still care for Luna a good deal, but we are not truly friends. I never did know her as well as I thought I did. I thought she was an exalted being, and I treated her as such. We were not true companions, so I could not pretend that I ever loved her. I did not know her well enough for that, and I did not offer her enough respect either. I'm not going to pine after her, and neither will I try to make her return to the temple. I want her to lead her own life, just as I want to live mine.
I think you meant lead, but, well, whoops.
Mina.
I look at her, surprised by her speech. She sounded so upset when first she asked for entry to my room. I wasn't expecting her to muster up something so profound. I thought I would have to console her, and I did? But in the end, the one person who has been able to haul Mina out of her melancholy state has been herself. Correct. The only one that can save yourself is you yourself. She's a lot stronger than she might appear, and I really do admire that about her.
Are you willing to move on from Luna then? I think I already have. Times change, like I said, and people's feelings change alongside it. Clinging to the past is nothing more than a fallacy. We cannot remain there. We must instead move forward.
Mina gives my hand a squeeze. She leans in. Then quietly she says,
"And I would like to do that with you."
Nah, I mean to say, but I'm unable to utter the rest of her name. Mina's eyelids fall shut, her black lashes matting together. She exhales, her breath cool against my lips. Then she presses our mouths together in a soft, understated kiss, sealing her vows in a way I know we will never break. Mina might have loved Luna once, but she never truly knew her. Their statuses within the temple were much too different, and I imagine Mina was always utterly naive of her. They can never be together. But that's alright. They don't need to be together. Luna might have Fiore.
Ha!
But Mina has me, and I have her. We have one another, and I have no intention of leaving her. I want to stay by her side, even if I have to do so in an unfamiliar world, far away from the reality I once knew. I have no intentions of going back to Japan. Why would I? I would like to go to Japan. I would like to go to Japan. After all, I finally feel like I found a place where I belong.
Yay!
Meanwhile, in the Demon Queen's bedchamber. Oh boy.
Oh, Luna.
I sigh in relief as I sit up on the bed with my lover, my side pressed against Luna's own. I observe her, my smile softer than I fancy it is when I regard any of my other subjects. Not that Luna is my subject, I adore her too much to subjugate her, and say very softly,
Words cannot express how relieved I am that you are still here with me. I was truly worried when that cat girl... sorry.
My voice trails off as remembering that jumped up little mage's insistence that she be referred, otherwise I say,
Catwoman. Rather appeared that she would take you from me. I was afraid you would agree to go with her, and that you'd abandon me, simply thinking about it.
I shudder.
It is enough to fill my heart with fear, for I once conquered numerous cities. All of my war-mongering efforts of the past procured less dread within me than the thought of losing you. Fiore, my beloved!
Luna smiles at me gently, her eyes almost impossibly soft, her irises illuminated in the moonlight.
Part of me is gratified that you care for me to such an extent, for that part of me fears that too much of your happiness is tied up in my welfare. It frightens me to think how you might react if any harm befell me. I would hate for you to be hurt. And I would hate it if you were hurt even more, which is why I need to take very good care of you. I'll not let anybody lay so much as a single finger on you. This I swear.
I don't know why I had so much problem reading that sentence, by the way.
Well, I already knew that. I'm more than in good hands when I'm with you. I've never had any cause to worry and we're together. Which is why I love you so much. Is that so?
I feel a blush rising to my cheeks, as embarrassing as it is. I'm one of the oldest demons in existence, one of the few elder demons who has not been hunted down by the other races. I have lived for almost 4 centuries and wow, by the way, wow. And have outlived numerous generations. I mean, if you lived for 4 centuries, then yeah. Most of my conquering took place during my youth. Okay. I have not been very active for almost a century. Ooh. Which has led to numerous people to wonder whether I truly exist at all. Whether I'm not just some eerie bedtime story that gets trotted out to scare children into behaving. I'm old enough that I ought to be blushing. I oughtn't to be blushing like this. But I still am. This has always seemed to happen when I speak to Luna. She makes me feel as nobody else does. I did not know it was possible for my heart to flutter like this. At my advanced age. Come on, stop! But Luna always finds ways to surprise me. This must be why I care for her so. Simply being with her is refreshing. When I'm with her, I experience emotions I never knew I could. So much so it is almost easing.
Yes, that is so.
Luna smiles brightly, seemingly impervious to my embarrassment, her cheeks dimpling with joy. Is she that happy simply to spend time with me? If so, it is a rather soothing thought.
I love you. I love you a lot, Fiore. So, you really needn't worry about me leaving you. Not of my own volition, at least. I might care for Mina a good deal, but she was only ever my friend. I loved her, I still love her in fact, but I'm not in love with her. Not as I'm in love with you. Do you not worry that Mina will be lonely without you, for? I did. But I'm sure after seeing her again that she'll be alright. She has those new friends of hers to keep her company. And they seem to get along very well. Wink wink. I don't think she needs me. Not like you do. You think that I need you? Do you not? You might have a lot of servants and a lot of followers and even more worshippers. But they don't know you as do I. They all respect you, and some of them fear you, but they are too distant for you to be your friends. They regard you as an exalted being, which is an honor you deserve, given you are so very powerful. But it must be sad too, not having anybody you can confide in when you feel down. You might be surrounded by your fellow demons, but I think you are far, far lonelier than Mina ever was. Is that not why you cling to me as you do? Luna.
I look at Luna, stunned by the swiftness and the keenness of her intellect. Luna might act like an airhead. She spends a significant portion of her time mapping that to the world, but she's much more observant than she lets on. She's good at understanding how people feel, and how demons feel too. Sometimes I fancy she understands me even better than I understand myself. She knows how lonely I've been beneath all of my pomp, and she still cares for me. She does not look down on me. That is why I care for her in return. So much so, I feel like my heart could burst from it. When I'm with her, I do not need to pretend. I can be soft, vulnerable, and that's alright. Everything feels like it will be alright if Luna stays with me.
Yes, you are right. That is why I cling to you. I cannot help myself. I was utterly terrified when I thought Mina would take you away from me. I was so scared it transmuted into anger. For a while my throne room was so red. I was prepared to hurt her, for I knew she was your friend. I was even prepared to kill her, should she insist upon taking you with her. I thought it was the right thing to do at the time. But I know you have never supported violence. If I had done that, I doubt you would have forgiven me. No matter how kind-hearted you might be, you would have detested me. Am I not right? Well...
Luna laughs softly, her fingers curled up on her lap.
I would not have been pleased if you had injured my adorable Mina, much less killed her. If you had done my dear friend any serious injury, not even I would be able to remain with you. I knew it.
My heart twists, for Luna's words do not come as any great surprise. Luna might love me, but her love for me would soon wither and fade if I harmed, or worse, killed one of her friends. Not even Luna's forgiveness is boundless.
But we do not need to worry about that. After all, you did not kill her, and you did not harm her either. You were able to restrain yourself. You work really hard to control your impulses to fight her. And for that, I'm very grateful. I know that you've been trying to change yourself up for my sake, to ensure that our relationship does not fail. Which only makes me love you even more. It does. Of course. I know that being in a relationship isn't easy for you, but you're still doing your best. That's another reason why I want to stay with you. I can't think of anything I want more than that. Well, I quite agree.
I laugh softly, something I did not know up until a few months prior I was still capable of doing, as I take Luna's hands in my own. I look into her face, her large soft eyes mesmerizing. It feels as though I am falling for her all over again, falling under her spell. But if she has bewitched me, I do not care. I might be the dreaded demon queen who commands an army of demons, but I would quite happily submit myself to her. She's mine to do with as she pleases. And that's... Wait, that's not... Oh! I totally thought this achievement would be the hidden one. I mean... the one with... Aki. It's because it's called... And that's how the sheep tamed the wolf. I thought it was the choice I've made during the dream or something. Because I think there... Was there a choice during the dream? Yeah, over here. On this save. First from the left, second from the top. That one. Huh. Alright. Alright, I see how it is. So when Luna shifts closer to me and leans in for a kiss, I welcome it. I close my own eyes, my lashes melting together as our lips overlap. Ha! A soft moan escapes from my mouth as we kiss, a moan which does not sound particularly like me. What do you mean? I know, if any of my minions were to hear this, they would revise their opinions of me. Who cares? For I think many of them have revised their opinions of me already. They think I have gone soft, and perhaps I have. Being with Luna has changed me. But I think as we continue to kiss, she has changed me for the better, yeah? Certainly, I'm happier with her than I have ever been. I'm content to sit like this with her, basking in her affection. As the rest of the world fades away. Later, at night. Alright. Nice underwear, I guess. Hehe, how charming. I laugh softly as I thread my fingers through Luna's long, fair hair, sitting beside her up on the bed. Worried after the time we spent together, she has already succumbed to sleep. She's lying on the bed, the sheets strewn about her, so as to conceal her eyelids matted. Her eyelashes are long enough to cast shadows upon her cheekbones. Her lips meanwhile are pursed in slumber. It looks almost like she's inviting me for more kisses. So much so I'm tempted to dip my head to fulfill her unspoken wish. But perhaps it would be better to let her rest. I would not want to exhaust her, and neither do I want to be greedy. It really feels like a miracle that a woman as soft and kind, and as sweet as Luna would consent to be in a relationship with a demon like me. I mean, I understand why Luna would do that. I have no desire to push her, especially not when she's sleeping. I'm content enough for the present to sit beside her, running my fingers through her tresses. Oh, but I soon sense that I'm not alone. I cannot see anybody else inside my chamber, but I can detect a presence lurking beyond it. I cannot see through solid walls, but my senses are finely attuned to even the smallest fluctuations of mana. I can tell therefore that a mage is outside, standing outside the entrance of my chamber. And I know exactly who it is!
Lilia, is that you?
I hear a shocked squeak from the other side of the door, which sounds rather familiar. I'm certain now that the presence lurking outdoors is indeed my loyal mate. Not that I was ever in much doubt. Lilia's magical presence is rather easy to detect. She has a surprising amount of magical energy, for she claims she cannot use magic at all. Wait, what? It's quite curious. Yeah! I thought she didn't have magic. At all. And then you also drop the bomb that she can use healing magic. And now you also tell her that she's like... with surprising amount? Wait, what? She can use magic, can she? Definitely. Maybe Leah herself is not even aware of how much power she possesses. Sometimes I wonder whether she is dampening her own powers so as not to upstage me. Wait, what? Or perhaps she does not believe it possible. What do you mean? What do you mean? It might be a mental thing after she was treated so terribly at her old place of employment. She might have suppressed her demonic magic to better fit in, but that is nothing more than baseless conjecture. In any case, I'm quite certain it is Lilia, I say.
I know that you are here, and I know that you've been meaning to speak to me for quite some time. Now, why don't we stop those silly games? You would be better served coming inside, so you can have a proper conversation. I do not really approve of you skulking in the shadows, spying on me. It makes me feel uneasy. My apologies.
The shy little voice on the other side of the door, which most definitely belongs to Lilia, stammers in reply. I hear the sound of the handle depressing, hear a faint click. When Lilia steps inside, her fingers curled to her front and her pink tresses tumbling about her shoulders. She looks anxious enough to be in the same room as me, but her anxiety ramps up when she sees Luna, who's lying up on my bed. Luna is just in her undergarments, just like the Demon Queen. Her hair is spilling against the pillow, for she's shrouded by the sheets. That affords her a degree of decency, I suppose. Still, she's fast asleep. Or at least she was. Lilia squealed off.
Oh, my apologies! I did not realize you were not alone!
Makes Luna stir. She sits up in a bed, the covers falling from around her. Her eyes meet Lilia's. A moment passes during which neither woman says anything. Luna looks at Lilia sleepily, while Lilia's face turns an even brighter shade of red than it was. When Luna smiles, she looks at Lilia, her eyes half lit, and says,
Hello, Lilia. Did you want to talk to Fiore about something? I might have wanted to discuss a thing or two. But if I'm interrupting the two of you, I can make myself scarce. I wouldn't want to get in the way.
Luna only laughs in response to Lilia's anxiety. A sweet, gentle laugh which puts me in mind of a breath of wind through a verdant meadow.
It's quite alright, Lilia. You needn't padding. I've no qualms with you being here, and neither does Fiore. If you minded, you would not have invited her inside, would you? Of course not. There is something I want to discuss with her, actually. I thought that might be the case. So I should probably be the one to make myself scarce, I wouldn't want to get in the way of your heart-to-heart. What? No, you don't need to fall. It will be presumptuous of me casting you out like this. No. You heard me, ladies. A most valued guest after all.
Now that is a funny way of saying girlfriend.
And I know that she cares for me immensely. You hold a much dearer place in her heart than I do. Therefore, I can not tell you to leave. It would be grossly inappropriate, especially when I battle holy maiden. Perhaps it would be if you stormed in here and told my beloved to get out. Beloved! But that is not what is happening here. I am the one who invited you here, and Luna is offering to leave to give us some privacy. There is nothing wrong with this arrangement. Well, if you were sure. I am quite certain. Do you mind giving us a few moments alone, Luna, my love? Not at all. I know that Lilia is very important to you too, Fiore. I am? Indeed you are. She cares about you a good deal, and now she's been worrying about you. I'm sure she's been chomping at the bit to have a little talk with you, just to ensure that you're right. Milady is very kind. That's one of the reasons why I like her so much. And I think it's one of the reasons why you like her so much too, isn't it right? Well,
Lilia looks to one side, abashed.
You are wrong. I knew it. I'll leave you to it then. It will be remiss of me to get between the relationship, especially when you have known Fiore for longer than I have. I have no desire to damage your relationship. I just hope you are able to repair things. I know how much you care about Fiore, Lilia. And I know that she cares about you too. I'm rooting for you.
Are you? So saying, Luna restores her clothes to her body with a click of her fingers, and then exits my chamber to grant Lilia and I some privacy. Now it is just Lilia and I. In Luna's absence, silence descends. Lilia looks down at her feet awkwardly, unsure of what to say. She looks so very lost, like a stray cat. I cannot help but feel sorry for her. Ali should punish her. I know, for inviting those adventurers in my home, and for trying to separate me from Luna. But now I know how deeply she cares for me. I feel I cannot do that. Punishing Lilia would not sit well with me, not when she has dedicated so much of her life to serving me. She's a good woman, despite all the trouble she's caused, and I do care about her a lot. That is what I want to tell her, but first...
You can sit down, you know, Lilia. You need not stand in the doorway like that, I don't bite. You mean you want me to sit down with you? Yes, indeed. That was the idea. Unless the thought of being in too close proximity with me makes you uncomfortable. Oh, no, not at all. Perish the foot. I would love to be closer to Milady. I have always wanted to bridge the distance between us. But it doesn't seem presumptuous. How does it? Well, you know.
Lilia continues to fiddle with her fingers, her expression dreadfully dolorous.
I'm only a mate.
Oh dear. It seems that trying to talk her around will be quite a challenge, but there is one thing I enjoy. It is a challenge. I think I should be able to make her see sense. I just need to be a bit more aggressive about this.
Lilia, please. If you are only a mate, then I'm your mistress, and that means you need to do what I say. Now, I need to order you to sit with me. Do you still mean to refuse me? Well, if it is an order, then...
Lilia crosses the room, her steps slow and shuffling. Shyly, she takes a seat beside me on the bed. Well, in a quiet voice, she says,
I cannot disobey. Good. That is what I like to hear. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there is something you want to say to me. Like what? That I cannot say. You would have to tell me, but...
I lean in. Lilia gasps, then cup her cheek with my hand. I hold her gently, as if she's something precious, and to me, she's, as I say,
I think that you want to be more than just my mate. For many years, decades even, the feelings you have held for me are more than those of a servant for her mistress. You wish for me to look at you as I look at you, Luna. And you wish for me to love you. Is that not right?
Lilia opens her mouth. Maybe she means to try and deny these claims, but then she thinks better of it. She exhales. Then in a shaky voice she says,
You are not wrong. I have cared about you for a long time, milady, more intensely than I want to care for her mistress, but I know my feelings can never be reciprocated. And why is that? You already have Luna, you love her, surely is there is no more room in your heart for me. You might think that.
I frown, still cupping Lilia's cheek.
But I do not. No!
I shake my head.
I admit, I've never regarded you as a potential romantic partner, but that is because of the difference in our statuses.
Okay.
I don't want to risk taking advantage of you, not given you have served me for so many years. I do not wish to order you into a relationship, and neither did I want you to feel obliged to act in a certain way around me. I did not want to risk damaging our relationship. But if you truly love me, then I see no issues with returning your feelings. Are you sure?
The Demon Queen is getting a harem!
Quite sure. Luna is a kind girl, and I know she will not mind. In fact, I think she was trying to cheer us on in her own way. I know she wants you to be happy, and so do I. I have plenty of love to give you too, my dear Lilia. The night is still young after all.
Ooh.
And I'm not the Demon Queen for nothing. Ooh.
I laugh softly, my breath warming against Lilia's cheeks as I tip her head upwards. I peer into her eyes, my expression searching, my lips pursed. Then I dip my head.
Milady!
and I pressed my mouth against my beloved, most trustworthy mates in a wet, wanting kiss. So you want to tell me Scarlet is left all alone?
Well, that was an adventure and a half.
Scarlet exclaims this aloud as the three of us walk through the woods. We've since left Fiore's citadel, where we stayed the night, and we're making our way back to the village. We've been on the road for almost a week, and we should be up on the village soon enough. Home is within our sights, not literally but figuratively. We've made our way back to a path which, for not particularly well maintained, is a reassuring sign. It means that we're not too far from civilization now. It should only be a stone's throw away. Again, not literally, unless that stone is being thrown by a giant, of course. Scarlet looks between me and I, grinning brightly, and says it in a light, lilting sing-song.
What do you think people will say about us, huh? When we get back?
Well,
Will they call us the brave conquering heroes who were able to face off against Demon Queen Fiore and live to tell the tale?
I don't.
Oh, that would be amazing. Being the Scarlet Whirlwind of Justice is cool and all, but just imagining that known as the famous fox girl who faced off against Fiore.
Except you didn't, technically, but...
I think that title has a real ring to it, don't you?
I'm not sure. It might be a bit long.
I agree. It is quite a mouthful, and there are far too many F sounds. Nobody will remember that. Oh, boo! Boo! You're both being so boring. Why can't you give me this? Is there anything wrong with me thinking of myself as the one who faced off against the Demon Queen?
Yes, cause you didn't. Not really, I suppose. But I don't think we've done anything that's really deserving of any Gradua titles or a hero's welcome for that matter. I mean, technically only Mina did fight, but...
What?
Scarlet pout deepens.
And why Setaki? Why can't we be regarded as heroes, huh?
Well...
What? We did this amazing! We saw Fiore, the real Fiore! We were able to break into her citadel without suffering so much as a single scratch, and we saw her face to face! We're going to fight her too! It was very intense! If any lesser adventurers had done what we'd done, they wouldn't have lived to tell the tale! And they definitely wouldn't have been able to stay the night in one of Fiore's fancy bed jumpers! I think we emerged from that little skirmish dead decided victors, wouldn't you say?
I suppose we did win in a sense, but that seems like a reductionist way of looking at things.
Come again!
I think Mina means it would be insincere if we tried to load ourselves as conquering heroes. We didn't defeat the Demon Queen after all. And we weren't able to rescue Luna either. Nothing really changed because of our journey. Things would have stayed the same if we'd not made that trek into the woods. At the end of the day, we're pretty ineffectual.
Well, yeah.
Scarlet sighs, then kicks Pebble on the dirt path.
I guess we were, if you wanna be serious about it.
Is it not a serious situation? I thought that it was, but maybe Scarlet disagrees.
But we still came from the Demon Queen's citadel in one piece. We deserve a celebration for that at least. And at least we know that Luna's happy living with Fiore. We had no idea before. We've cleared up one pretty big mystery, and we did it peacefully, without shedding any blood. I think that counts as a win.
I guess it does. But I'm sure if the villagers will regard it like that...
Well, we'll just have to see, won't we? Regardless whether we have full-blown heroes welcome or not, I'm looking forward to getting back. We spent so long wandering around the woods, it'll be nice getting back to civilization.
Well, I can agree to that, at least. I'm sick and tired of pitching the tent, and of sleeping on the ground too. Mina pulls a face. I cannot stand bugs either. Why do centipedes need to have quite so many legs? True.
Oh!
Scarlet snickers.
I would have thought the answer to that would be obvious, Mina.
Is it?
Of course! Centipedes have lots of creepy crawly legs so they can harass cute cat girls like you! That is Catwoman for your info. Eee!
Mina squeaks loudly, her green eyes widening as Scarlet descends upon her, tickling her with all of her might. I observed two of them smiling. Things might not have worked out as we expected, but they definitely could have been worse. I'm happy with how things ended, but I don't know if the villagers will be. I have no idea what will tell Bron about all of this, or Dulce, or Taiga. Speaking of Dulce and Taiga.
Well, look who it is. If it isn't the intrepid explorers in the flesh, it's so good to see you back safe and sound.
Huh? I turn my head, bemused, searching for the source of this sudden exclamation.
What the hell, girls?
Why? It doesn't take me long to find it. A familiar face. No, two of them are standing a few paces away, both of them dressed in... well... a decidedly unfamiliar way. Both Dulce and Taiga have come to the edge of the village to greet us after our harrowing journey, and they both dressed up for occasion. They're wearing what looks to be cheerleader outfits, complete with pleated skirts and pompons. The outfits look pretty good on them, actually. Their shirts are tight, hell yeah, so they hug their chests, and those skirts are short enough to expose an awful lot of thigh. Here you go. Nice, thick thighs. Also, I see sports underwear, so it's all safe. Let's go. I'm enjoying the view, for I'm not confused by their clothes. Since when was cheerleading a big thing in Anthem? I know much about this country's traditions or about its pastimes, but I always thought cheerleading was a uniquely American thing. I wouldn't call it just American thing. I mean, no, I guess... I feel like, at least in Poland, in volleyball, for example, and in basketball, there are cheerleaders. For it's not really a thing. Yeah. Overrated as hell. Kind of. But, dude, I mean... Dulce in cheerleader outfit. Nice. And look, something which got imported to the rest of the world later. I wouldn't say it's imported, to be honest. Don't tell me. Is America's influence so great it's even able to penetrate the cultural awareness of completely different worlds? Yeah, America's influence is not great to begin with. So, yeah. I would say especially now. Yeah. The guy that is in the lead of America, like, is freaking everything up. Dude. I'll be honest with you, like... I don't necessarily care about America's politics and so on, but... the fact that you were choosing between two fossils... and after that... between a fossil and... the lady that preached way too much DEI. I mean, can you really not find better candidates in general? I mean, right now America is led by a freaking idiot, so I feel bad for Americans. Yeah. You guys really need to find better candidates for that. And you could. Come on. Anyway. I guess its influence really does know no bounds. I wish our world was not influenced by America at all, to be honest. Would be nice. Especially since... I'm gonna say it, America was never great to begin with. But that does not mean I think any other country is great, okay? Yeah. I mean, I could say the same thing about Poland as well, to be fair. Because it's led by idiots. It really is not that great. I mean, quite honestly, to be quite honest with you, aside from the fact that we are not allowing idiots over here, aside from the fact that we are not allowing invaders right now into Poland, more or less, and thanks to that we have like peace, sort of. That's like one of not many redeeming good things. Yeah, anyway. Why did I get into that topic? Now I've gotten started thinking about the US of A. I'm wondering if any more cultural imports have found their way over to Anthem. Ugh. What about a certain popular fast food chain? Oh, hopefully not. Dude, the fact that someone just added an S to the name to call it fast food. Which is not fast at all, by the way. It's ridiculous. It should be called fat food. Let's face it. Guys, we are starting a movement. From now on. Like freaking MC Donald. KF of C. And so on. Let's start calling it what it is. A fat food. It's not fast. It's not fast at all. It's fat food. Fat food. Repeat after me. Fat food. Yeah. Anyway. I sure could go for a hamburger right now. Then make one yourself. You will do a better job. I am pretty fond of French fries too, actually. Then make them yourself as well. You will end up in a better situation. The crispier the better. And definitely you don't speak about the fat food chain. I think after our little jaunt to find the Demon Queen, we deserve something nice to eat. For the sight of Dulce and Taiga in their children's outfits, seriously, where did they get this? Acts as a pretty nice treat for the eyes, I guess.
It's so good to see you again. Welcome back home, our conquering heroines. I'm sure you did great out there. That's right! It's no easy feat facing off against the Demon Queen! The winners are surprised you came back in one piece. I was sure you were gonna get annihilated out there! I had your obituaries all written up and everything!
Our obituaries? Sheesh. Because that's not at all macabre.
Yup! I told down in writing. Dulce set it for me as an assignment, actually. I never learned how to write on account of living on the streets, but she's been teaching me an awful lot. I know how to write my name because of her. And I think I was able to jot down a few thoughtful words about you too. It was all,
Taiga clears her throat, then says, her eyes sparkling.
Rest in peace, Aki, Mina, and Scarlet. Your deaths will not be in vain. It's that the Demon Queen crushed you flat into a few pancakes, but I'm sure you did your best.
Scarlet.
You might not have saved the world, and you sure as hell didn't save the priestess. But at least your deaths were kind of funny. As you had a good deal of faith in us then. Being crushed into a pancake does sound very amusing to me.
In fact, I'm starting to question Taiga's sense of humor. It sounds awfully cruel. Scarlet too looks perturbed by Taiga's so-called obituary, but for any reason altogether.
Hey! You got Aki and Mina's name right, so why do you call me Scarlet? That's not my name. I know it's not. I'm not dumb. It's just your name is kinda long. It's hard to spell, so I had to fudge it a little. You don't mind, do you? Scarlet, Skillet, aren't all that different.
It's the same amount of letters for.
I think very, very different, actually. One of these cooking utensil, which I most certainly am not. And if you can't spell Skillet, then why can't you spell Scarlet? They have the same number of letters. Well, you know, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, my ass. I think you just don't give a crap about me. You aren't jealous because I used to be Dulce's favorite, are you? Who? Me? Of course not. Why would I be jealous? Dulce belongs to me now, after all. You haven't gone on an adventure with her in years. Dulce's my teacher now, so you can stop trying to act like you own her. You don't have any claim on Dulce's affections. Why, you little brat? Alright, you two. Try to calm down. We aren't here to argue. We should be happy instead that our group of brave warriors were able to return unscathed. I knew that you could do it. The three of you are amazing. You're the best heroines in the whole world. Yay!
Dulce shakes her pompons, and Taiga, after receiving a nudge in the side from Dulce, joins in. Dulce looks enthusiastic enough, even if Taiga's not wholly convinced, but Mina frowns.
You say you had a lot of faith in us, but I'm not sure if I believed it. Not when you already wrote our obituaries. Your compliments feel rather backhanded. Now, don't be like that. We came all the way out here, didn't we, to welcome your return? Doesn't that show how much faith we have in you? You only came out here because I sent a message to Bron saying we had completed the quest. You must have known in advance we were successful. You were hardly camping out in the woods waiting our return. Well, of course we weren't. That would be woefully inefficient. As much as I was worrying about you, I have no interest in wasting time like that. I had better things to do. Just like taking care of my Taiga here.
Dulce pulls Taiga to her, then gives her a tight hug. She rubs her cheeks against Taiga's dazzling hair, while Taiga squeals.
Ooh, sensei! Being held by my you always feels so nice. But you shouldn't do it here or Skillet will get jealous. For the last time, my name is not Skillet. Takes one to know one. That literally doesn't mean anything. You literally don't mean anything. Now, let's not argue. This is a time to celebrate. The three of you were able to defeat the Moon Queen. For that we're all well thankful. You did incredibly, girls. Or so I'd say, but...
Dulce glances about the forest, clearing her brow furrowed.
If you defeated the Demon Queen, then where's the High Priestess? Did you storm Fiore's castle so you could get her Luna back? Yeah, what's up with that? What even happened? Well... Don't tell me! You didn't get overwhelmed by how powerful the Demon Queen is, then run away with your tail stuck between your legs, did you? Did you? Say it isn't so. I would have expected such a cold behavior from you, Scarlet. No, I didn't. Of course I didn't. I was ready to fight, but things didn't work out quite like that. But how did they work out? I'd never known you to back down from a battle before. That's because I haven't. I'm not that sort of fox girl. I'm not a coward. I was willing to put that Demon Queen in her place once and for all, but... Stuff happened. Stuff? How informative. Shut up! It's not like I chickened out, right? Things were just... complicated. How complicated could it have been? All you had to do was give the thirsty old demon lady a clobbering. It sounds super simple to me, actually. Well, it would sound simple to you. Up until a few months ago, you didn't even know how to write your name. Wait, that was so rude. You take it back. Why should I? I'm just telling the truth. Speaking of the truth,
I hurry to interject before Scarlet and Taiga can get into yet another argument.
We'll be more than happy to tell you what happened with the Demon Queen, but it is quite a long story. It involves a lot of twists, turns, and far less battles than you might be expecting. In fact, there were hardly any battles at all. It was mostly talking. Talking?
Taiga pulls face.
That sounds boring. It might sound uninteresting, but having a debate with a powerful demon queen like Fiore was anything but. I still get shivers when I think about it. She didn't use any of her magic against us. She didn't have a chance, but it was obvious just how powerful she was. If we had fought with her, I'm not sure if we would have emerged unscathed. The fact we're still alive is a miracle. Ha! That's what Dulce said. She told me it'd be miracles if you actually came out of this alive, which is why she had me writing up your obituaries as an assignment. She didn't have much faith in you. So much for I knew you could do it. Yeah, indeed. Hearing all of this does make your encouragement ring rather hollow in retrospect. Well, what can I say? I always try to be realistic. I didn't want to believe in the best, only to be let down later. I found it easier to expect the worst.
Same.
But don't get me wrong, I am glad that you three are alright. How do you survive for? What happened? Yeah. I'm interested in that too. I want to know. Tell me.
Well, I look between Scarlet and Mina. They must be thinking about everything that occurred in Fiore's citadel just like I am. Memories run through my head of our meeting with Lilia, Mina facing off against Fiore, Luna's attempts to protect her beloved, and the tears bedding on Lilia's eyes as Fiore pulled her into an embrace. It's a little hard to describe all of that right now, but...
Why don't we go back to the village? I'll tell you everything then, I promise. It really is one hell of a story. Or just check out PolishLynx's channel, girls.
And we are at the credits! And somehow I still don't have 2 achievements. Interesting. Alright, let us end it for today. Tomorrow we'll get to kind of play again, and alright, there is 2 achievements, 2 CGs as well. I wonder what I missed. Because that one achievement, I think it should pop out in basically Mina's story. I might have messed up some choices. Which is quite perturbing. Well, what else? Tomorrow we'll get to another ending to see what maybe will be happening if we go Scarlet route. Yeah. Technically, there is also option that we are with both of them, so we'll see it. We'll see. Maybe both tomorrow, maybe one tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. I have yet to decide. For now, hope you enjoyed. As per usual, consider liking the video, subscribing, always super appreciated. We are playing all the Sakura games, and we are playing visual novels, and we are having a great time here. I think, maybe. I have a great time at least. Hope you do too. Stick around. Yeah. Alright. For now, that's it. We shall have a look at more tomorrow. Hope to see you there. Bye bye.